This is your Solana Daily Debrief. It is the 8th of July. So we're in a crab market, as we very well unfortunately know, but Sol's at 140. So we still haven't dipped down to this, 110, 120 area where we would like to potentially grab some stink bids. ETH's at 3K and Bitcoin's almost at 57,500. Same pump says it's looking bad for bulls. The weekly close is extremely bad at these levels. There's basically a general thesis amongst the people that I'm following that we just have confirmation that we're in this crab market into Q4 2024. And this is fine. This is what I originally thought was going to happen. And then I kind of got lured in by a little bit of the bullish nature, and that hasn't happened. Now we're fine. Of course, we don't know what's going to happen. I have some DMs of people like trying to predict the future. It doesn't work. So, the whales do control the show. And right now, some of those whales are like governments, so they can control it. All you really want to do, in my opinion, is just gently dollar cost average into positions that you like. Don't go leverage. It will hurt most of the time. Ansem says very important levels when it comes to ETH, 2,800, and Sol, 120 to 125. So last week, he had a post along the lines of like buying or maybe longing Sol, and I will cover that in a tutorial, but I just don't think it's right relevant right now because it's dangerous. Like the thesis has kind of been invalidated. So when the trade would have been stopped out or close to being stopped out potentially, we're going to skip it. We'll let it reset and then a little bit more bullish nature and then maybe put on a long. So yes, $200 Sol is not going to take too long, maybe by breakpoint, but that's basically, that's where that's sitting, unfortunately. Now, we won't cover this too much more, but basically we're seeing very strong sell pressure from the German government, 3,000 BTC, and there's now a dashboard that's built by Arkham, which shows, who owns what and where is it going, which is fine, which is relevant. Reality is we're going to see Bitcoin move for the next few months, we think. Now, Exchange Art, you can now go and claim their art token. I'm aware of what it does, but I don't know exactly if it's worth buying. If you're really bullish on Exchange Art, it could be worthwhile. This one's not eligible, but you just go and connect your wallet here. And with another wallet of mine, I had like 2,000, 3,000, which was about $8 worth. You can just use airdrop.link and just paste in all of your addresses here. Paste them all in here. Check. You do have to sign up. It's free. If you want to use this properly with like more than 5 wallets at a time, you do have to pay, or you have to use one of their NFTs. You can find out about that in Discord. Now, if we go over to Bird Eye, the art token has dropped down about 50% from its all-time high, and apparently the actual fully diluted market cap is $3 million, which is low, very, very low. So in this next one, this is what they have planned for art. Governance platform, rewards program, sex listings, partnerships, community initiatives, and more. NFTs will likely come back properly, and Exchange Art will likely do well because this is where you probably want to use more one-of-one NFTs or small kind of group NFTs like what the gummies are or what the barrows are, those sort of things, as opposed to, bigger things on Magic Eden and Tencent. They're always going to make a lot more money than Exchange Art. But Exchange Art at a market cap of 3 million, it may be something for you to look into and do a bit of research into. If you actually claimed and held, and if you're part of Exchange Art and Drip with the same wallet, you'll just send $10 worth of droplets. Thanks for supporting art on Solana. Now, here's a little bit of an update regarding active staking rewards by the numbers. So what we can see is there is one person with a whole lot of dupe, almost 35 million. And we can also see the number of wallets that have jumped amongst all of the votes. So just remember, like this one was a test one, and then everything else, we had massive wallets going in for LFG round 2 and round 3, but a lot of people missing out. So you want to get amongst every single one. So use the calendar and use my channel just to keep you in there, because the active staking rewards were decent for the last few months, and the next ones should be decent as well. Also, right now, we're basically getting dupe, and every other token that we're getting is not going to really help us out much. It's like, $5 worth of something, $2 worth of something, one Sharky as an example. Whereas next round, we're going to have D-Bridge tokens, Sanctum tokens. There's a lot more great tokens that we're going to have, because these first few months, people voted for, they voted for whatever they wanted, but they didn't necessarily result in a lucrative token experience. This is how many people actually voted and participated in all of the votes. Very few for 9 votes or 8 votes and 7 votes. So just remember, a little bit of effort and you would make so much more money. And there's more details here. The point being is, if you like Jup, stake your Jup and vote with your Jup. Now, Meteor does an LP Army Jam. I don't watch them because they're quite substantial. They're quite long. But this is LP my 30K. And probably, like, if you could watch the whole thing, that would be great. If not, check out roughly from the end. I kind of skimmed through this a little bit because there's a decent strategy when it comes to setting up different bins and looking at particular tokens. So people have asked, like, what kind of tokens do you go with? These Meteor farmers, they will make money. Sometimes they'll lose money other times. This is like, it's kind of like a bit of a job. And what they're looking for is when a token has been doing well, there's a couple of strategies, but this one strategy is a token, a meme coin token with plenty of volume, has been doing well. They buy it on a turn down or when it dips a little bit and they're expecting it to come up. And basically, they're going to make money on the trading and money on the actual token going up. And then they sell and exit the position. So watch this to get a little bit more of an idea. Now for airdrops, these are some that you can get amongst. We're going to cover quickly Agridex, but Clone Protocol I really do like. And you can have a look at all of them if you're keen to jump onto Zealy and Galaxy. These things, if you've got a little bit more time. I wouldn't normally do Zealy or Galaxy, but Fabiano's linked 3 here, and one in particular, Agridex, I will be actually doing. They've raised $5 million. It's all about bringing like agriculture products or whatever on the blockchain. So I will be actually doing this quest when I don't normally do these quests. Now, if you're excited for Parcel or bullish on Parcel, and I'm bullish on Parcel long term, the real estate markets will be hot next year. And that's when I think this token will do quite well. Of course, not financial advice, but basically, if you go and stake some, you'll be getting more tokens. You've got Schedule 1, Schedule 2, Schedule 3. If you go and stake 50% or more of your total seasonal allocations, then the vesting period to get more tokens is shorter. Basically, if I don't stake, my tokens would be fully vested by 29th of December. So you're still going to get tokens, but you'll get them sooner if you go and stake. Now, PYUSD, $110 million has been minted on Solana. So supply has increased massively. A lot of the success is due to Camino Finance. I think this is really, really great. It's always good to have another stablecoin, one that's recognized worldwide. You can go and deposit in here and still get like 18%, which is much higher than USDC. However, you cannot borrow it still. This borrow cap needs to come up. I'm unsure why it's not coming up. And if we jump into liquidity, the PYUSD incentives are still pretty decent at 21%. Then again, that's not too far off 18%. So it may just be worth just jumping in and supplying. But I kind of like the idea of just jumping into here. I think this is better. As soon as this TVL gets too high, like $10 million, then it won't be worth it. Have you heard about GolfN? So the GolfN app is something that I've got some NFTs that belong to them, and their actual app is supposed to come out next year, like early next year. They're just building it at present. I need to do a bit of more research into it for sure, and probably a dedicated video. But I do like it. And if you're into golf, basically this is going to be like Steppen, kind of like Steppen, but for golf. You can go and collect golf clubs. You can go and get a set right now for about 3.5 Sol, and you go and collect all these. You buy them from Tensor, and then you head off to Axiom Foundation, and you put them all together, and then you click cache, and you start to earn these cache points, which, you know, the prediction is these cache points will become golf tokens. When? How long? Don't know. We'll find out. But if you like golf, and a lot of people in crypto actually do like golf, it's a pretty big crossover. You may be keen to go and spend some Sol right now and start earning some golf tokens. Now the Holdium airdrop is coming soon, so make sure you've gone and submitted all of your wallets, because this is a really good take here. What will happen when you combine all the hardcore meme communities and eliminate those who fumble their bags? We're about to find out. Would also love to see a hybrid NFT badge for the people that stay the course, perhaps every 3 months. Okay, well, the second part I don't really mind, but that's fine. But basically, if you sell these, you miss out on your future allocation that is vested to you via StreamYard. So this is a free token, has a lot of people active, very few followers, strangely. I haven't jumped into their Telegram, but, you know, wallet registration is open. We have until, I think, the 12th of July. It should be in the calendar. But I am doing this. I am registering, and I think this will do really, really well. Let's just see if it says a date. Yeah, you have until the July 12th. and the beginning of the airdrops will start July 15. So we don't have many days left. You may as well just do it today. I'll remind you every day until the 12th, but do it today, that way it's done. Now also with Jup, if you go to lfg.jup.ag and connect your wallets for Jupiter here, make sure that you've actually claimed your initial Jup airdrop, because you've got about 3 weeks or so to actually claim this, and then it's gone. You cannot claim it. And you may have a whole lot of random wallets like I do. And if you do, you need to go through some of them, work out what they are by using airdropped.link. Go and use this website and see which ones have Jup. It won't tell you if you've actually claimed them, but it will show if you have a Jup allocation, and then you just need to connect them and just see if it's already been claimed. Just be organized, put all your wallet addresses into like a spreadsheet, check them all, and then go and check them on Jup and go and claim them. You'll also probably, potentially, if you go and spend half a day on this, and if you've got like 20 or 50 wallet addresses, you'll probably see that you're actually eligible for other things as well. So it could be a very lucrative day. These airdrops are generally time sensitive, so you do need to actually go and claim them, otherwise you lose them. Finally, Moonwalk Fitness. Remember, they did their $6,000 challenge that was sponsored by All Domains and a couple of others. This has now come to a close. But if we scroll on down on the timeline, you're going to see that sometimes you can look like this just by working too hard, when really you want to look like this. So keep at it with Moonwalk Fitness. For context though, he didn't get like this because of Moonwalk Fitness. But in general, just the point is fitness accountability. And the easiest way is just go and risk some soul, do some steps. And if you can't do 10,000 steps, because that's quite a lot, it takes quite a bit of time, then start with 5,000 steps. Now your actionables. Claim the Jupiter rewards, specifically your active staking rewards. That's the domain there. Complete at least one swap in Solflare wallet every day until the 17th of July. And if you're holding stables, go check out Camino's PYUSD lending. It's a decent APY. Join Discover as well. I will be putting most content on Discover. I do like Discover. Play some stink bids if you want to at jup.ag in the limit orders for Sol at 80, 90, 100. And watch some Meteor LP Army Jam if you have time. And if you like LPing and if you see the value in being really good at DeFi farming. Airdrop actionables. Aim to get 20 to 30,000 points on dBridge. Use Cube Exchange. Just check in daily for now. Tutorial coming soon. This is probably the most important thing as it's time limited. Register all your meme coin wallets with Holdium. And if you're keen to do some Zeely and Galaxy quests, then check out Fabiano's thread and fill the type form for Agridex and do the Galaxy quest for that. That's all for today. If you like this content, like it. If you loved it, subscribe. Catch you in the next video.